Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces rupees 1,000 crores immediate additional financial aid to West Bengal, rupees 2 lakh compensation to families of deceased and rupees 50,000 to the injured from the Prime Minister's Relief Fund. Prime Minister reviews relief and rehabilitation measures, conducts an aerial survey in the cyclone Amphan hit West Bengal area, and will also visit Odisha later today. Relief and restoration work underway in West Bengal and Odisha in the aftermath of the super cyclone Amphan. 80 lives lost in West Bengal. Super cyclone storm Amphan weakens into a well-marked low-pressure area over North Bangladesh and the neighborhood. The RBI cuts repo rate by 40 basis points from 4.4%, and the massive relief to the middle class extends moratorium on loans for another 3 months till August, increases export credit period from 12 months to 15 months. International Day for Biological Diversity being observed today. The Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar, says Indian ethos is being with nature and that the world should learn from India to be cordial with nature, launches 5 documents for preserving biodiversity. Indian Railways reservation counters open for booking of tickets, allowing the booking of reservation tickets through common service centres and ticketing agents in a phased manner from today. Running of Shramik special trains will continue to be handled by state governments as per the existing protocols. Active cases of COVID-19 in India stand at 66,330. 3,583 deaths are reported, while 48,533 patients have been cured and discharged. Global COVID-19 cases cross 51 lakhs. Over 3,32,000 deaths have been reported the world over. The death toll surpasses 94,000 in the United States. Restaurants in New York have reopened after the lockdown restrictions have eased. Namaskar and welcome to the news. I'm Mark Lynn. Let's begin with our top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today conducted an aerial survey of cyclone-affected areas of West Bengal. He took part in a review meeting and discussed relief and rehabilitation measures at Bashirat in the North 24 Parganas area. And later, he addressed the media, and the Prime Minister said that the central government has allocated 1,000 crore rupees for immediate assistance of West Bengal in the wake of Cyclone Amphan. The Prime Minister also announced compensation of 2 lakh rupees to the next of kin of persons deceased and 50,000 rupees each to those who are seriously injured.
अभी तत्काल जो इस संकट की घड़ी में राज्य सरकार को कठिनाई न हो, इसके लिए एक एडवांस असिस्टेंस के रूप में 1,000 करोड़ रुपया भारत सरकार की तरफ से व्यवस्था की जाएगी। साथ साथ जिन परिवारों ने अपने स्वजन खोए हैं, उन परिवारों को प्रधानमंत्री राहत कोष से 2 लाख रुपया और जिन लोगों को इंजरी हुई है उनको 50,000 रुपये तक की सहायता देने का भी हम प्रधानमंत्री राहत कोष से करेंगे।
The Prime Minister said that the centre and the state are working together to provide all possible help to the people. He expressed grief over the loss of life in the state due to Cyclone Amphan.
साइक्लोन की संभावनाओं से लेकर के लगातार मैं इससे संबंधित सभी लोगों से संपर्क में था। भारत सरकार भी सतत राज्य सरकार के संपर्क में थी। साइक्लोन का नुकसान कम से कम हो, इसके लिए जो भी आवश्यक कदम उठाने चाहिए, उसके लिए राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार ने मिलकर के भरसक प्रयास किया। लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी करीब करीब 80 लोगों के जीवन हम नहीं बचा पाए। इसका हम सबको दुख है। जिन परिवारों ने अपना स्वजन खोया है उनके प्रति केंद्र सरकार, राज्य सरकार और हम सबकी संवेदनाएं हैं और इस संकट की घड़ी में हम उनके साथ हैं।
The Prime Minister congratulated Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for her leadership, which resulted in minimum damage to life and property.
ममता जी के नेतृत्व में राज्य सरकार ने भरसक प्रयास किया है। भारत सरकार ने भी लगातार उनके साथ रह करके इस संकट की घड़ी में जो भी आवश्यक, जो एडवांस में करने योग्य था, जो उसी समय करने का योग्य था और जो आगे दिनों के करने की आवश्यकता है, उसको भी पूरा करने का हम प्रयास करेंगे।
And the Prime Minister also said that West Bengal battled the dual challenge of coronavirus and a massive cyclone. He said that while social distancing and staying at home are the only weapons against COVID-19, cyclones need evacuation of people to ensure minimum loss of life. This poses a challenge to one and all.
पूरी दुनिया एक संकट से जूझ रही है। भारत भी लगातार कोरोना वायरस के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़ रहा है। कोरोना वायरस की लड़ाई में जीतने का मंत्र और साइक्लोन में जीतने का मंत्र दोनों पूरी तरह एक दूसरे के ऑपोजिट है। कोरोना वायरस से लड़ने का मंत्र है जो जहां है वहीं रहे, जरूरत नहीं हो तब तक घर से बाहर न निकले और जहां भी जाए 2 गज की दूरी बनाए रखे। लेकिन साइक्लोन का मंत्र है कि साइक्लोन आ रहा है, जल्दी से जल्दी सुरक्षित स्थल पर आप शिफ्ट कर जाइए, वहां पर पहुंचने का प्रयास कीजिए, अपना घर खाली कीजिए। यानी दोनों अलग अलग प्रकार की लड़ाइयां एक साथ पश्चिम बंगाल को लड़नी पड़ी है। मैं मेरे पश्चिम बंगाल के सभी भाइयों बहनों को विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि संकट की घड़ी में पूरा देश आपके साथ है। भारत सरकार कंधे से कंधा मिला करके आपके साथ आने वाले सभी कामों में खड़ी रहेगी।
And the Prime Minister hailed the social reformer Raja Ram Mohan Roy on his birth anniversary and said that his mantra of social reform inspires the government to work together with all the stakeholders, including state governments, to ensure the welfare of every citizen.
आज समग्र देश को जिनके लिए गौरव है, ऐसे राजा राम मोहन राय जी की जन्म जयंती है और उस समय मेरा पश्चिम बंगाल की इस पवित्र धरती पर होना मेरे मन को छूने वाली बात होती है। लेकिन संकट की घड़ी से हम जूझ रहे हैं, तब राजा राम मोहन राय जी हम सबको आशीर्वाद दें ताकि समयानुकूल समाज परिवर्तन के जो उनके सपने थे उनको पूरा करने के लिए हम मिल बैठ करके, मिलजुल करके एक उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए, भावी पीढ़ी के निर्माण के लिए समाज सुधार के अपने कामों को निरंतर जारी रखेंगे और वही राजा राम मोहन राय जी को उत्तम श्रद्धांजलि होगी।
And our correspondent Rajiv Bhattacharya now joins us from Bashirhat. Well, Rajiv, very reassuring words from the Prime Minister, and it's also important to understand the context, because the Prime Minister did talk about the Union government, the whole of India being with the people of West Bengal and Kolkata at this time. And also we saw the fact that both governments will be working together in restoration and rehabilitation work at the fastest. And there has been money put down for that as well. Rajiv.
Right, Mark. As the Prime Minister said, that relief, rehabilitation and reconstruction would be the 3 prime areas on which emphasis will be put both by the centre and the state. And the Prime Minister reassured that during this hour of crisis, the centre and the state will be working shoulder to shoulder to see that the state comes out of this crisis. Now the cyclone Amphan has left in its wake devastation which we have not seen before. And to cope with that, the Prime Minister has announced a fund of 1,000 crore rupees, as you already said, and
yes.
Compensation to the families of those killed and those injured. But those things apart, I think the emphasis now will be on rehabilitation and reconstruction, because These are the need of the hour, and that was rightly emphasized by the Prime Minister. Mark.
Right. We're also joined by Sneharshish Soor, who's joining us from Kolkata. Well, Sneharshish, if you can, now that the assessment has been done of the kind of damage to a large extent, can you, help our viewers understand what kind of devastation actually took place, and we can try and put into context, the words of the Prime Minister and the reassurances given as a result of that.
Yes, Mark, definitely. But before that, let me tell you that the Prime Minister's helicopter has arrived at Kolkata, Netaji Subhash International Airport, and now he will move towards Odisha and will be joined by the Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and Pratap Sarangi. They will also accompany him to Odisha, and then so he has completed his first aerial survey of the situation, devastation, and presided over a meeting there of the state administration, including the governor and West Bengal chief minister, chief secretaries and other senior officials. And also he has made an aerial survey along with the chief minister. So that is very, very reassuring in one side, that when he tweeted, and the signal is very clear that at this situation, trying time, it is the government's commitment to the people, irrespective of state and center. In a democracy, that's a wonderful signal which has gone. And Prime Minister, for the first time, he has come out of Delhi during this corona period, and he has gone to the ground level, at the level where the devastation has taken place, not that only did aerial survey, and the money, the fund he has allotted. Now, you see, when the highest level of administration sees it personally and makes commitment of funds, releasing of funds, so one hurdle is clear at the moment. And then the fact is that the fund has to reach, and the relief, rehabilitation and reconstruction, 3 R's he has emphasized, that needs to be done. And he has said that the center and state would walk hand in hand in doing this work, making this rehabilitation, reconstruction, making it into a reality. And we have seen also that apart from 21 teams of NDRF which had come before the cyclone, 4 more teams had come early this morning. They will only do the reconstruction and relief work. And now around 6 lakhs people were evacuated before the cyclone, and many others have been you see, homeless because many hutments were dilapidated. The shades of various kacha houses were flown away and things like that. So major hurdle is to restore the road connectivity, because a lot of trees fell down throughout the devastation areas, including the city of Kolkata. So the activity is going on, but it's very difficult because the electric poles have also were uprooted. So now it's the joint effort of the NDRF, SDRF, local police, local municipalities and corporations, along with other local bodies, to actually cut those big trees and remove them, and then the restoration of electricity. That is the main problem. Vast areas of Kolkata is still without power. After second day, the Prime Minister could come on the way, all the way from Delhi, and could visit, but half of the city could not be restored with power. That is the main problem. And without power means without drinking water, and then you are cut off from your all connectivity system. So that is the main problem, because a lot of people are required to work from home. And in various other districts and devastations, Chief Minister has said that around 6 crore people were affected, 60% of the state's population. So that is why those who have been homeless, the homes will have to be built up, and their temporary shelters will have to be looked after. Yes, Mark.
Right. Let's go back also to Rajiv and get an account from him as well about the situation. Well, Sneharshish, Rajiv has given us the picture about the kind of devastation that's taken place in Kolkata, and the extent of damage. Can you tell us, in the area where you are as well, we did see visuals which were quite sad with regard to waterlogging in various places, trees fallen. What is the kind of devastation, and put into context then the kind of work that is going to be done in restoration?
Well, Mark, as you can see, as I was telling you earlier, the devastation has been huge, and it's not an easy task to get things back to normal. While on our way here, we found uprooted trees, uprooted electricity poles, mobile towers damaged, houses, what we in common parlance say, kacha houses destroyed, crops inundated. So all these things are going to take a very long time indeed to get back to normal. And the onus is on the relief agencies to work very hard indeed to bring back things to normal. And it's not an easy task. Let me just say that it's not an easy task because the work involved is massive. And efforts that have to be put in are gigantic. Because a devastation like this has not been seen in the state for a very long time. And therefore, when you talk of relief, rehabilitation, reconstruction, it's going to take a long time. But the faster it happens, the better it is for all concerned, for all the people of the state. Mark.
Right, indeed. Rajiv talks about the duration of time it's likely to take, but you know, when we see the intent of both the centre and the state working together, this is a very reassuring message to the people who have been affected at this time that, you know, work is on the way, help is on the way, things are actually in the works in a sense, and life will be sorted out. Despite corona, despite various other things. Let's leave those aside, and this is the priority. We can see that in the intention of the Prime Minister in his messages.
You're totally right that, you see, the intention is made into a reality when the people have seen Prime Minister and Chief Minister together assuring people, those who have affected. Now, before that, the 6 lakh people were evacuated. There also NDRF, SDRF worked together, state administration and the central specialized teams, they worked together. So that was one major thing that people have seen happening reality. And as an aftermath, the government which has come out, center and state together, hand in hand, and reassuring people, and both the leaders, the Prime Minister and Chief Minister, have gone towards the people, and in the ground reality they took assessment, and this gave a good signal that it is the government which will ensure governance at this trying time when people have suffered. Now for restoration, reconstruction, relief, everything, the government is there with them, and this has been a great important signal. And I think the signal the administration also will get signal, and I think you can see that the Chief Minister and the Governor is moving out, who have accompanied the Prime Minister, and the Chief Minister will address the media, and I will wait for that moment. And
so
when
we
the
will
Chief
get
Minister,
back to you.
The state government has made a plan. Yes, definitely.
We'll get back to you at that point of time. Thanks very much, Snehashri Sur and Rajiv Bhattacharya, for those inputs from Kolkata and Bashirat. Let's move on to our next story. Important news this. The Reserve Bank of India today has reduced the repo rate by 40 basis points. This is to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. And following the reduction of the repo rate, which is the repurchase rate, has come down to 4%, and also the reverse repo rate has been cut to 3.35%. And the RBI also has extended the moratorium on the payment of loans by another 3 months till August. This is to provide the much needed relief to borrowers whose income has been hit because of the coronavirus. So in March, the RBI had allowed a 3-month moratorium on payment of all term loans because that was between March 1 and May 31. But this has been extended.
3 months moratorium we allowed on the term loans, then on working capital we allowed certain relaxations and associated measures. In view of the extension of the lockdown and continuing disruptions on account of COVID-19, the above measures are being further extended by another 3 months from 1st June till 31st August, taking the total period of applicability of the measures to 6 months. That is from 1st March to 31st August 2020. This will provide considerable amount of ease, and this will facilitate easier cash flow management by the borrowing entities.
The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, National Biodiversity Authority and UNDP are celebrating the International Day of Biological Diversity 2020. The theme this year, Our Solutions Are in Nature, emphasizes hope, solidarity and also the importance of working together at all levels to build a future of life in harmony with nature. The Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar said that our Indian ethos is being with nature and that the world should learn from India to be cordial to nature.
India, you live with nature, and we think the whole universe and every life a precious life. Even it may be ant, it may be anything. It may be birds, it may be animals, it may be mammals, it may be water-borne animals. We call it Charachar Srishti. So this is how Indian philosophy and life ethos gives us a training to be with the nature, and therefore India could preserve this kind of biodiversity 8% despite all these impediments.
Well, the Environment Minister also said that the Ministry of Environment and Forests has launched 5 documents on how to preserve biodiversity. He said that the awareness campaign on biodiversity has been launched.
We can teach the world how to preserve biodiversity. I am launching 5 important documents. One is Biodiversity Samarakshan Internship Program. I am also launching awareness campaign material on air, pollination, and securing our future.
Let's take a look now at the latest update on COVID-19. These are the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare figures. 1,18,447 total cases have been registered across the country, including 66,330 which are active cases. 3,583 people have lost their lives because of COVID-19. And this is the good news, 48,533 people have been cured and discharged, which is a high rate. And the global COVID-19 death toll has surpassed the 3.32 lakh mark, while the global COVID-19 cases have surged to over 51 lakhs. Now, as per the latest data, the global death toll has stood at 3,32,978. With that, we conclude this bulletin. Thanks for your time. Namaskar.